Digit, it's time to get our metal on because we've got some L Train and their track Horizon.
Yes, and medley I would definitely describe this song as. The guitars, the kind of like guttural distortion, overall this like huge kind of oppressive vibe at times, and those absolutely killer power vocals make this an absolute perfect package. I love this track a lot just because I always find myself coming back to the chorus, that like pre-hook sound, and getting that just like that melody stuck in my head over and over again. And I'm not really much of a metalhead, so it's a little bit weird to have metal stuck in my head.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. And also normally you have the vocals layered on top of these like huge guitars and they just blend together. But in this case, it's very deliberate that you can clearly make out the vocals and clearly hear what they're saying. So I love that about this track. And then we have Thrash's song, Fall Again.
I kind of love this track because it's got this mix of like video game kind of sneak OST at the start where you kind of like feel like you're being like, oh, is this not really going to be super hard? And then suddenly it crashes into this like really strong, heavy guttural guitar sound again. And it just like, it feels like it blends so perfectly well between these two different sections throughout the song that you kind of like lose yourself a bit in between each moment of the track, which is it's a really quite an achievement.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because when you see Thrash's name, you're expecting heavy metal, like, from start to finish, but they've really switched it up with these, like, huge metal bits, and like you said, that almost video gamey feel, and then it just, switches back and forth, and I really think that's cool, and they've done that so well in here.
Good afternoon, passengers. This is Captain L Train speaking to you from the flight deck here. I'd like to welcome everybody on board Ponies at Dawn, Air Flight 25 from Manhattan to Canterlot. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 25,000 feet. The weather looks good ahead, although there are some dark skies on the horizon. If you look to your left, you should see the track Horizon coming up as we pass by. The cabin crew will be coming around in 20 minutes to offer you a light snack and eternal night. I'll talk to you again before we reach our destination. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
The night falls, the princess sees her subjects turn away, remain within the day. The moon calls, a banishment from all she'd never known, millennium alone. From moon to sea, arise to broken pride. Now harmony delights. The stars traverse the sky from zenith to the
Hey, this is Thrasher, and this is my new song, Fall Again, of the new Ponytown Zenith album, Zenith. And with that being said, have fun.
At song number 33, we have MCO 945 and their track Through the Horizons.
Yes, we're kicking it up a notch, jumping into a much faster BPM with these really hard and fast-paced drum and bass tracks. This one especially reminds me a lot of the kind of drum and bass that I would listen to a lot when I was getting really into it, like that kind of UKF sound, but it's a little bit less sample heavy and a little bit more like hard Reese heavy. There's a lot of kind of like really panned, hard, gritty, distorted Reese in this track, mixed in with that kind of like ethereal floating sound that you hear a lot in this kind of drum and bass.
Yeah, it is a cool drum and bass, and I do like that hardness about it and how it just goes all out and doesn't really hold back either and keeps that high energy from start to finish. And then we have 12 and Jalman with their song, See You.
And this is another smacker drum and bass track. There's this really cool like vocal progression lead that's in the drop that just like gets stuck in my head immediately as soon as I hear it. I love that kind of like gritty OTT sounding like pluck bass that's really kind of panned a little bit hard left and right throughout the drop. Really sells that kind of just like skanking type drum and bass. You know, like you're having a great time to this song.
Yes, and I do have to warn you, this melody will get stuck in your head and you'll be like singing along to it throughout your day because it just has that really, really memorable melody happening and it replays it a few times throughout, and once it's in your head, it's gonna stay there.
12. It's us.
Oh, wait, it's my turn again? Oh.
Hey, hello, I'm 12.
And I'm Jaman. We're happy to present you our song.
See you on Ponytown Zenith.
How was that?
You were great. That was awesome.
When I saw you again, I
we've got that high energy happening with X-Soka's next track, Unforgettable.
Yes, we keep it up with some more drum and bass for you guys. And this one, I think, has this, like, it does, again, it reminds me a lot of, like, a video game OST or something like that. I can imagine being a ship soaring through the sky, just, like, shooting dudes. Like, it feels so much fun to have this, like, high octane energy in this track. The vocal chops in here as well, I think they're used kind of sparingly, but they're really well done in such a way that they kind of, like, they fit the vibe of the track so well.
Yeah, normally vocal chops you hear in songs like this use the hard and fast and kind of very rapid changes, but in this one they're kind of longer and drawn out and almost contribute to the melody rather than being the melody itself, and I think that's really cool about it. And then we have 12 and Lyra with their song Apple Kush.
And this track reminds me a lot of kind of like old schooler drum and bass with a lot of that like resampling something and reusing it, kind of like fast and punchy drums that don't like super cut really hard but sound really nice, like a really good drum sample with just like a cool, catchy and repetitive loop that you can put on and you can lose yourself listening to a track like this.
And I almost felt like it was two songs here because there's a nice little quiet section right in the middle there, but it actually joins the two sections together quite well and provides flow from one section to the other. I think it's really cool what they've done.
turn again?
Hi, I'm 12, and I'm happy to present you our song with Lyra called Apple Kush on Ponytown Zenith.
Okay, back to that.
Digit, I was looking at the track numbers and I can't believe it. We're at the halfway mark already.
Halfway? What? Where did all the songs go?
Yeah, I know, right? Time just flies by when you're having so much fun like we are. We're already at song number 37 here.
Song number 37. Well, I mean, at least we know there's still half the album to go, so we don't have to be too worried, right?
Oh, I know. But at song number 37, we have Total Spark and their song Heart, and that's featuring IXMO.
And this is a much more kind of like chilled out drum and bass sound than the last ones we've kind of heard. While the 12 and Lyra song was very kind of like, it was a little bit more down low, this song really feels that like fully like liquid, vibey kind of ethereal sound. The vocals especially feel really personal and emotional in this, and they kind of like sit just on top of a lot of those like really nice kind of floaty synths. And it kind of just like, It helps you kind of feel like you're drifting a little bit, like you're going to fall asleep and you can just like hear this in your dreams.
Yeah, it's got that really slow start and then maybe a little bit of high energy and then it goes back to nice and liquidy and floaty and then there's a little bit more energy. It's just got such nice pacing. It's one of those songs that you can listen to and just enjoy and also feel that emotion. And then we have Canvas and Ever with their track Find Me, and that's featuring Kleiner and Lifesong.
And this song, I think Canvas just knows how to nail this style. Canvas and Ever is like a match made in heaven for me. This like huge sweeping melodic dubstep sound of just these massive saws just like slamming you in the face. Oh, I love it. It's so much. It reminds me a lot of like early kind of Virtual Riot sound when he does that melodic sound, you know, and it just like, it's nailed so perfectly here alongside these vocals. I think this is just a fantastic song.
Oh yeah, and those vocals are beautiful. They're nice and flighty and they just give you this calmness that just puts you almost in kind of like a hypnotic state. I just love it. It's amazing how they've done such a good job. And like you said, they are a match made in heaven.
This is Total Spark, and you're listening to my new single, Heart, featuring IXMO on the new Ponies at Dawn album, Zenith.
Stay persistent. Will the outcome change? Following a feeling that I've never known. Show me how to heal every time I feel alone.
noticed that my nights are colder, 'cause you weren't there to keep me warm. I've needed just some kind of motive to keep me from giving up. Overthinking, my mind runs in circles. Where did I go wrong? I'm just hopeful that you're somewhere out there, 'cause you're the one that kept me strong. Look up high to the stars, watch the world eclipse. Got your hand locked in mine, I won't let it slip. Turn the page, start anew, we can flip the script. I won't leave you all alone. Paint the sky with the colors that I've never seen. Cut the tether, we will float into the galaxy. You know where to find me. You know where to find me.
Up next, we have Wind Blossom and Orbits with their track Destiny.
This song has this like great kind of like electro mixed with a little bit of pop sound with this like really well done, really well produced sounding track. It's got really punchy kind of drums. And it's got a super like interesting progression and stuff like that. It feels like oftentimes I'm just like listening to this song and vibing along, and then I notice 3 minutes have gone past and I'm like, whoa, how did that happen? Just because I love listening to this song so much.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is just technically well produced that you can lose yourself in it, and before you know it, it's over and the experience is done. But itself, the song is gorgeous. It's got that poppy feel as well as, you know, some other elements that brings to it, and they all just blend together so well that, yeah, time flies by without even realizing. And then we have Scratton with their track, Riches.
This track feels like, it's hard to describe exactly how this feels, because it feels like this like self-made sound, if you know what I mean. Like it feels, it's not like exactly perfectly clean. In fact, it feels kind of intentionally just a little bit dirty, so that when you're listening to it, when you're vibing to it, it has this really kind of like homemade feel to it, which I love a lot. Like the vocals they're not instantly perfect, but they sit in just the right spot. They sound just right. And like the sound design, the sample choices all kind of back that up to the point where it feels really intentional. Like that's the vibe that's being gone for here.
Yeah, they have gone over the top with the vocal effects, but that is intentional. That's the sound that they're going for. That's the vibe that they're trying to achieve, and they achieve it. And it doesn't feel bad at any point in time. It just flows well, gets in your head, and you can just run with it.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. This is Destiny by Wind Blossom and Orbits.
yeah, got me crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my riches, yeah.
Yeah, I got all my riches, yeah.
When it West Coast back,
yeah, I got all my riches, yeah. I got all my riches, yeah.
When it West Coast back,
yeah, I got all my riches, yeah.
And I'm on my riches, yeah, got me crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my riches, yeah. And I'm on my riches, yeah, got me crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my riches, yeah. Crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my bullshit. Screw. Yeah. And I'm on my riches. Yeah, got me crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my bullshit. Got me crazy, looking like a bitch. Yeah. And I'm on my riches, yeah.
Next up, we have SRJY and RVZZER. Now, that's gonna say Riser. Anyway. And their track is called Walking on Wake.
Yes, and this song has this like really cool slap bass sound to it. It feels like a modern kind of like EDM banger that you would hear out at the club and just lose your stuff to. It goes so hard. It feels super fun to listen to, and the vocals as well feel really well situated for this track. So whenever the drops kind of come in and the vocals drop out and the big like drop starts up, that's when you know this track is just like really going for it.
Yeah, it's got all those elements in there. The vocals, the drop, the melody, the whole lot. It's just this massive big package deal. And it's a shame that it's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds long, because I would love it to be longer to just enjoy that experience even more. And then after that, we have Jaden Vega and Jet Zeeth with their track Latin Vibes.
And this big room track absolutely kills it. I love the like super like hardcore focus on really tight and clean percussion elements in this. It really kind of like sells that when you've got those big like riser Hoover sounds, that those like really tight percussion elements in contrast to those kind of distorted noises and lots of high end on those. Really like kind of nails the kind of like frantic and fast paced vibe of this track while still being super dancey, super catchy. I just love this song.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but this song really took me back to like early 2000s Ministry of Sound albums. This song would go perfect with that kind of time era and that big room feel. Like, it's just fantastic, and I love the way that they've mixed things up throughout. It's got such great pacing. It's a real joy to listen to.
God, you got it going on, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Tell me your favorite song, I'll put it on repeat. I could wait for you forever, through the storms or any weather. Yeah, you're like New York in the sunshine. I'm a fool, yeah, I got love blind. And ooh, yeah, got my heart out, and it's covered in gold. Like moonlight over Hollywood.
Turn it up.
And we're going to continue that big room vibe with Baron Rausch. Baron Rausch? You know what? I'm known for messing up people's names by this point, so I'm sure you can forgive me. But their song is called Shadow.
Yes, and big room it is. I just love those like pulsing massive kicks with the big distorted lead over it. Every single time I hear it, I'm just like transported to being in the club, flashing lasers, like you can imagine like a big strobe in your eyes. And I think that this song kind of perfectly encapsulates that vibe. So when the vocals come in, you feel that like hook, that momentum drop when you go from the drop to the like the bridge afterwards. You can feel that like moment of you being kind of breathless and sweaty in the club or something. It's just it's a great song.
Yeah, don't forget the fog machine and the vibrating dance floor and just DJ at the front. All that club stuff. It's just fantastic, and it provides that imagery perfectly. It's got those big sounds as well as the nice little quieter lull sections in the middle. Just everything about it is awesome. They've done such a great job. And then we have Ardhat with their track Smoke and Ash. Also another big room vibe.
Yes, and Big Room it is. I love this track. It's got everything I love about Big Room. I especially love there's this moment about a minute in where suddenly the BPM picks up a little bit. You can feel the song get a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, and then drops down again. And it just like, it nails that feeling of just like, you know, the blood pressure rising as you're dancing and moving and enjoying a song. It really captures that super well.
Yes, it does. And it's got some high energy sections in that middle that will keep you dancing away, and it just continues that throughout the entire song. It's just great. I love it. All these songs together, they just got that nostalgic feel about them. Coming in at song number 45, we have a song by you, Digit, and your collaboration with Pegasus, and the track's called Pink Interrogation. Now, I think this is inspired by Pinkie Pie's interrogation of Spike.
Absolutely correct. You can even hear that we've put vocal clips in there from that. But I mean, I feel like originally when we set out to make this track, my one goal was to make like a classic gamer EDM glitch hop song. And I think we really kind of nailed that vibe. Peg came in and just absolutely killed it with his insane bass design and just like interesting ideas for making a song, taking a song from being like, you know, typical cut and paste thing into this like whole unique identity with interesting kind of like progressions, interesting sound choices. That chiptune bit was pretty much all him. It just like, I don't know, he absolutely helped transform this song into something amazing.
You guys have absolutely nailed it with that bass design there and just the chiptuney feel. And just overall, it's amazing. Oh, and I love that little throwback to the Late Show at the end there. I'm sure everyone can pick it out. And then we have Vanware, and their song's called Isekai, and that's featuring Cosmic Fox, Sunset, Snap Scoop Scandal, and Soundnix. And if you don't know, Isekai means otherworldly, or kind of like transported into another world.
Yes, and this song really does feel like it transport you somewhere else because it's got this like crazy modern sounding bass design for a glitch hop track. All of these like really kind of like intricate sounds, that like really interesting like chiptune hard cuts that they do sounds awesome. They've got all these little just like intricate bits of sound design that just feel so well placed. Each section feels like its own unique identity while still matching the whole. I don't know, I just love this song.
Yeah, I feel like that each of those individual sections are done by each of the features on there, but they blend so well that you can't really tell who's who. And I think that's great about that they've all come together to create this fantastic song. And I love how they've borrowed elements from everything. You got the chiptune, you've got, you know, all those other elements that come together, and it's just an amazing song, an enjoyable experience from start to finish.
It's all yours, Spike. All you have to do is talk.
about to fuck that dragon up.
Coming up next, we have Camellia, and their track's called Faith.
And it's time for us all to enter a trance as we go into this trance vibe. We've got these absolutely killer tracks for you. I think Camellia really has kind of cemented themselves in this absolutely killer trance vibes with those huge kind of first drops where there's a lot of that plucky bass and the huge 4 on the floor, and then the second half of the track kind of switches it up a bit and suddenly you got this big progressive sound, bigger sounds, more of a chord structure, less of that punchy bass, but more of an overall melody to the song that I think is nailed in this track.
Oh, yeah. This song is 6 minutes and 27 seconds, but it really doesn't feel like that when you're listening to it because time just flies through it. As you're listening, you might think, oh, yeah, this is as intense as it's going to get. And then it just kicks it up a notch. And then you think, oh, yeah, this is it. And it kicks it up another notch. It's got everything, this song. I just love the pacing and just how they keep that high energy throughout. It's awesome. And then we have Furbal's track, Reality.
This song really kind of nails one of my favorite things that people do in trance, where you've got this big build, lots of sound, huge, lots and lots in the high end, and then they hard cut it, and suddenly it's just a kick and that deep guttural bass, and you can kind of feel yourself shudder a bit as it pushes through you. And I really love as well that this has got these cut in little bits of electric guitar. The middle section feels almost like an epic orchestral track for a bit with these big war drums and this vocal lead. It's so cool.
Yeah, if you've got a dedicated subwoofer, it is going to get well used in this track, that's for sure. And like you said, that cutaway, that deep bass, and that electric guitar coming in, that's a really nice touch, and I love that. We've got a couple of epic orchestral songs coming up, and at song number 49, we've got Jikro and Kelsey Mira with their track The Wings of Destruction, Molten Spike, and that's featuring Ziv Shalev. Now, Jikro has written here that Kelsey Mira worked as a vocalist for several video games like Ori and the Blind Forest or Ruined King, so if you're familiar with those ones, I think you might have heard her voice before.
Yes, and what a voice that is. I feel like it really kind of like sells the overall intensity of this song to have such like a talented vocalist. Like the highs and lows of the like the dynamics of her voice when she's singing throughout really kind of like sells the lulls in sound in the instrumental. And when we get to those big crescendos, she's leading that charge. And so it really adds a lot more depth and weight to each moment and each part of the song, which I really enjoy.
Oh yes, the vocals are absolutely beautiful, but also the song itself is just gorgeous. Just the music that goes with it, the electric guitar that kicks in about 3/4 in. Just overall, the song is amazing. And then we have Mufaya's track, Rekindling Star, and this one is the longest song on the album at over 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yes, but I feel like this song deserves every single second of that runtime. Mufaya is one of those artists that whenever I see their name, I'm so excited to hear what they've written. And this song is no exception. Every moment feels like it's leading towards something. And even when we're in that big crescendo, even when we feel like we're soaring at the highest point of the song, it feels like it could always be more. And that when you drop back down, you feel like it was deserved. Each moment feels deserved. And that, like, I really enjoy listening to that.
Yeah, there is so much here on this song. It tells a story. It's got highs, it's got lows, it's got action, it's got suspense and drama. I mean, even without any vocals or lyrics or anything, just the vibe that it brings, the atmosphere that it creates, it is beautiful all the way through.
I'm here again. At this time, Jik is either asleep or dead. So, it is I who will present to you his next song named The Wings of Destruction, which is the title for Molten Spike. I saw some comments under the preview he posted on YouTube. The answer is no, Spike won't come back. Friendship is not magic. No happy ending, but at least there are some epic songs. I guess. I don't really know what Jik tried to do here, but at least I can say that Kelsey did some great vocals, and Ziv made an amazing guitar solo. Apparently it was supposed to be a Pokemon song, but at the end, Jik gave up the project. Though he reused the instrumental he already made. Recycling, am I right? Anyway, my job here is done. Enjoy the remaining of the live party. Let's hope Jik will have some ideas soon because, as for now, he has as much inspiration and creativity as a brick. A broken brick.
Destruction arrives. All will wake to find the world is my home and face it all. The final round. There's nowhere to go right. find you, ignite you, no darker where all you've known in ruin, oh God, nothing left for the rest, nothing left, let it go.
but suddenly you're slammed in the face, and it just sounds so cool. I especially love the sound design in the second drop. It feels a lot more kind of minimally in terms of like, it's not super gritty and hard. It feels kind of like an abstract take on color bass almost.
Yeah, and the thing that gets me is that the music takes a backseat for General Mumble's vocals, so they come through really nice and clean and crisp. And then when General Mumble finishes singing, the music just takes over and it hits you hard. I think that's great.
defenseless in the dark. When you find yourself alone. Dying senses, emptiness in excess, and defenseless in the dark. When you find yourself alone. I know the stars are up here trying to pull me free. Once again my head is stuck in zero gravity. But you always know on the right side of the night side to awaken. And now the universe is ours for the taking.
Coming in at track number 4, we have Jikro and Sophia Session Choir, and their song's called Praise Nerith, and that's featuring Samantha Minor and Maria Grigorieva.
I really appreciate this song's kind of like focus on spectacle and majesty. There's this kind of operatic sound to the instrumental that takes a place behind the vocals and the choir that you hear throughout. It's really kind of like it feels like a spectacle almost, like it's got this like absolutely massive sound to it, despite the fact that it's not a huge amount of instrumentation. It feels like it's given a lot of space, which I think kind of really nails the vibe of this kind of like ethereal being that they're singing about.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It feels like a big instrumental piece without it actually being that. I think it's just because the choir is just so beautiful and just all the sounds in it are so gorgeous. And it does have that almost operatic feel about it. And then we have Forever Brony and Dromashy's song Angels in Disguise. And this song was a pre-release, so you should have heard it by now.
Yes, and I think you can kind of appreciate exactly why this was made a pre-release to begin with. It has that kind of just like great kind of like poppy ballad sound that Forever Free nails all the time, with the insane drum kind of like instrumental from Drummer Shy meshed together in this perfect union. I think these two maybe have worked together before. Do you know if they have worked together before? Have they?
Yeah, they have.
They have? Okay, cool. I'll say that. These two have worked together before, and you can really tell that there's this kind of like understanding between the two of them of exactly what they're making throughout the song, which really kind of nails the overall vibe for me.
Yeah, these two really do synergize so well, and it's just got so much energy about the track from beginning to end, including both the drums that Drummer Shy brings, as well as all the other instruments and singing that Forever Free Brony brings as well.
Hey, Jik is still not here. Apparently he's at a friend's wedding instead of watching the live party. So he once again asked me to present his songs for him. Yay. Fantastic. Anyway, this song was apparently a test to see how difficult it was to work with a real choir. Sounds like it was, indeed, difficult. Also, this is a song about praising Nareth. But you'd have easily guessed it as they say her name at least 10 times. On that, I'll leave you with the song. See you again in 45 tracks.
Hear us when we call to you. Goddess of the deepest blue.
Hey, this is Forever Free Brony.
And this is Drummer Shy.
If you've been following our channels, then you know we've made quite a few songs together.
And with that said, hold on to your seats because this one is by far our favorite song we have ever worked on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Angels in Disguise.
And you're listening to Zenith from Ponies at Dawn.